minus 2 diopter sphere and plus 0.5 diopter cylinder at 180, we would immediately see opposite signs and say this is mixed astigmatism. But is it really mixed or is it compound? Let us find out. I thank Ms. Anjana, our senior optometrist and head of optometry at our hospital, for all her support and help. Hi, I'm Dr. Biju Raju, and let us look at how to determine the type of astigmatism from just the spectacles prescription. We all know that commonly there are three types of astigmatism: simple, compound, and mixed. Let's discuss the rules first and go forward with each one of the rules. Rule number 1 is if the sphere and cylinder are of the same sign, then there is no confusion. It is compound astigmatism of the same sign. Rule number 2 is that when the sphere is equal to the cylinder but their signs are opposite, then it is simple astigmatism in the sign of the sphere. Rule number 3 is when both the signs and numerical values are different, there can be two scenarios. The sphere can be greater than the cylinder, or the cylinder can be greater than the sphere. If the sphere is greater than the cylinder, it is compound astigmatism in the sign of the sphere. If the cylinder is greater than the sphere, it is mixed astigmatism. And the rule number 4 is that the plus cylinder is always at the steep axis. We will now analyze the 4 rules with examples. When we look at a spectacles prescription, there could be 3 possible options: sphere and cylinder having the same value, the sphere greater than the cylinder, or the cylinder greater than the sphere. Let us look at each of these 3 possible combinations in detail. When the sphere and cylinder are of the same value but of opposite signs, then when you transpose it, as in the case of this example, plus 1 diopter sphere minus 1 diopter cylinder at 180 is the same as plus 1 diopter cylinder at 90. We now know it is a simple astigmatism in the sign of the sphere. Here it is a simple hyperopic astigmatism. In the second situation, that is same sign and value, there is no confusion. It is a compound astigmatism of the same sign. Here in this example, it is compound hyperopic astigmatism. That is our first rule. When the signs of the sphere and cylinder are the same, it is compound astigmatism in the same sign. So now we have covered rule 1 and rule 2. When the sphere and cylinder are having the same numerical value, it could be same value and the same sign, then it is a compound astigmatism in the same sign. But if the sphere and cylinder having the same value but opposite signs, it is simple astigmatism in the sign of the sphere. Now we will look at when the sphere is greater than the cylinder in the spectacles prescription. Here again, the signs could be same or opposite. When the signs are same, we apply rule number 1. When the sphere and cylinder are of the same sign, it is compound astigmatism with the same sign. Here in this example, it is compound hyperopic astigmatism. Again, when the signs are opposite, but sphere is greater than the cylinder, when one transposes, it becomes a compound astigmatism. And therefore, when in this situation, when the sphere is greater than the cylinder but with opposite signs, it is still compound astigmatism in the sign of the sphere. In this example, it is compound hyperopic astigmatism. The next possible presentation would be the cylinder greater than the sphere. Here again, if the signs are the same, there is no doubt. Apply rule number 1 and it is compound astigmatism. But if the signs are different, with cylinder more than the sphere, when it is transposed, it still has opposite signs and therefore it is mixed either way. Therefore, as in this example, when the cylinder is greater than the sphere with opposite signs, it is mixed astigmatism. And the last rule, which is rule number 4, will help us find the steep meridian from the spectacles prescription. As we all know, a cylindrical lens acts opposite to its axis, and that a flatter meridian is hyperopic. To correct a hyperopic of flat meridian, we place a plus cylinder at the axis opposite the flat meridian. That is, the plus cylinder is placed on the axis of the myopic or steep meridian. Therefore, the axis of the plus cylinder points towards the steep axis. This rule comes in handy in determining the steep meridian for suture removal or placement of incision in cataract surgery or limbal relaxing incision. In this example, when transposed, the plus cylinder is at 90, and thus the steep meridian is at 90 because the plus cylinder is at 90. The full diagnosis in this case will be simple myopic astigmatism with the rule. Why with the rule? Because the vertical meridian or the 90-degree meridian is steeper than the 180-degree meridian. Coming back to the prescription we started with, it is easy to confuse this for mixed astigmatism. But if we apply rule 3, cylinder being less than the sphere, it is compound myopic astigmatism against the rule. Here is a summary of the 4 rules on how to identify the common types of astigmatism from the spectacles prescription. Thank you very much for watching.